In 2003, a small group of business owners figured out Google AdWords before anyone else did, and a lot of them became very rich. That same window is open again right now. It's called ChatGPT Ads, and it just went live this year. In the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna walk you through exactly how it works, why it might be the most valuable advertising surface ever invented, and at the end, I'm gonna show you how to run your first campaign. Like Google, it always starts with a person. Somebody has a thought, a question, a problem that they need solved. But instead of typing it into Google, they're typing it into ChatGPT because they want an answer, they want a recommendation, they want someone to tell them what to do next. That moment when somebody is asking ChatGPT for help solving their problem is the most valuable advertising moment that has ever existed because that person isn't browsing, they're not scrolling, they're not being interrupted. They're literally asking for the thing that your business sells. Now, when ChatGPT answers them, two things can show up. The first is the organic answer, the thing that ChatGPT pulls together from the open web for free. It mentions brands, sources, products, and pulls them in because it thinks that they're the best fit. The second thing that shows up, and this is the new part, is a sponsored answer. A recommendation that a business paid for to be in front of that person at that very moment. That paid placement is what runs on the ChatGPT Ads platform. So let's recap what just happened. Somebody had a problem, they asked ChatGPT, and your business showed up inside the answer, recommended directly to a potential buyer who is literally asking how to solve the problem that you solve. That's the entire game. Now you might be wondering, if the organic answer is free, then why am I paying? Why not just get ChatGPT to recommend you naturally? And the answer is yes, that would be amazing, but it is brutally difficult. To get cited organically, you need to be one of the most trusted, most linked to sources on the entire internet. And that takes years. ChatGPT Ads lets you skip that line. You pay to be in the recommendation today while you build the organic side in the background. The mechanics are simple, but there's one piece buried in the auction that determines whether you make money or lose your shirt. I'll walk you through the actual interface in the full tutorial. For now, here's the model and where the trap is. You tell ChatGPT Ads which prompts and intents you want your business to show up for. So if you sell dog food, you might tell it, I want my brand to be recommended whenever somebody asks ChatGPT for the best dog food or a grain-free dog food brand or anything in that lane. Then you set a bid, say $1.50 per click. You only pay when someone actually clicks through to your business. And it's an auction just like Google. Another brand might bid $2 and outrank you. Now, the economics work in basically the same way that they do on Google. If a click costs you $1.50, and on average, every 10 clicks you get a sale, and every sale puts $25 of profit in your pocket, then you just spent $15 to make 25. 15 in, 25 out. Now do that 10,000 times a year. That is the entire business. But here's where ChatGPT Ads get interesting and start pulling away from Google. The targeting is an entirely different league because you can target based on the context of the entire conversation. ChatGPT knows what the person was just asking about. It knows what they're researching, comparing, or what they're ready to buy. This is a signal that Google has not really ever had. It lets you put your business in front of people at the exact moment of buying intent, not just keyword intent. So in case you're thinking of advertising on ChatGPT Ads, then here's a quick tip on the prompts that you should be bidding on. People talk to ChatGPT very differently than how they search Google. So if on Google, somebody might type dog food versus on ChatGPT, that same person might type, what's the best grain-free dog food for a senior Labrador with a sensitive stomach? That second prompt is wildly more specific, and somebody asking that question is dramatically more likely to buy. That is the long tail principle. And on ChatGPT, it's on steroids. You want to be bidding on specific high intent prompts. Skip the generic ones. Next critical piece, you need to split test your ad copy because the actual wording that appears on ChatGPT when it recommends your business matters so much more than most people realize. You write one version, then a second version, and then let the platform run both simultaneously to different groups of people. The one that gets clicked more often wins. And here's the part that most people don't know. The higher your click-through rate, the less OpenAI is going to charge you per click. Better ad creative literally lowers your cost. It's the same principle as Google, same compounding advantage. Here's the part though that's structurally different from every ad platform that came before. On Google, on Meta, on every traditional ad surface, the top of your funnel is impression qualified. Somebody saw your ad, maybe they wanted it, maybe they didn't. On ChatGPT though, the top of your funnel is intent qualified by default. It's a deeper funnel mechanism. Every person at the top of your funnel is already actively asking for a solution to the exact problem that you solve. So that changes the math at every step downstream. Better targeting widens an already pre-qualified top. Better ad copy converts an already warm middle. Better landing pages close an already decided bottom. Every step compounds on a stronger base than literally any other ad platform on earth. That 2003 AdWords window that I mentioned before, this is it. The people who learn this first are gonna have the same kind of advantage that early AdWords buyers once had. So I made a full video walkthrough that takes you through the entire process with ChatGPT ads. And by the end of it, you're gonna go from beginner to running your first campaign. I'll see you there in this video right here.